for coming. Members of the British community here in Cluj who've been giving me a hard time on our EU exit, but it's been great to speak to you. And also representatives here of UK businesses, international businesses, the UK charities working here in Cluj, and representatives from the local authorities and from Cluj society more generally. It is great to see you here, and to see you here in such numbers, which I think is a real testimony to the person we will be speaking about. I think I want to say first of all that what this evening reflects actually is about a growth of the United Kingdom's focus on Cluj. It's a focus which has a strong business and commercial roots. We established 2 years ago the first ever branch outside of Bucharest of the British-Romanian Chamber of Commerce in Cluj. We followed it up last year with establishing of another branch in Timișoara. Cluj was first. And that also is itself a reflection of the great strength of the British business community here, responsible for several thousand jobs in the city, most strongly in the IT sector, but also increasingly strongly in other areas, including education. It's developing, it's strengthening, and we felt that the establishment of a branch of the Chamber of Commerce was the right answer for that. We've also got a really strong cultural presence in Cluj. It's great to see Dan here to have a branch of the British Council based at Babeș-Bolyai University, providing a great library and developing a program on culture and on education. There is a hugely important UK charitable sector here. There are some wonderful British and Anglo-Romanian charities, Associația Little People, Blytheswood, which runs the Daniel Centre just outside the city, the wonderful involvement. I saw Sally earlier of Sally in supporting the Romania's wonderful Paralympics Association. So there are some really great examples. And we're getting more Brits visiting Cluj. We're getting more Brits visiting Transylvania, enjoying the great nature, the great history, and coming to events like Untold and Electric Castle. And that kind of, why I should sort of segue from festivals to Shajjad. I think that's probably the link slightly wrong there. But it brings me to Shajjad because Shajjad actually has been involved in one way or another in almost everything I've been talking about up to now. He is the director of the BRCC in Cluj, and actually the work of the BRCC in Cluj really just builds on what Shajjad was doing in his own right in leading the great British business group here. He is hugely involved in the charitable sector here, with Katie, with Associația Little People, which I've been really sort of privileged to see some of the great things that you do through that. With Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Scheme, a wonderful scheme for development of young people. And you've built on that sort of great support for my consular team, for just helping out for Brits in need, and also more proactively around, for example, getting our consular messaging out at events like the Untold Festival. So we kind of felt that, given you were doing all this great stuff already, we should kind of formalise it a bit. So, and we are delighted to, having spoken with the consular team in Bulgaria, we have discovered the role of Honorary Consular Agent. It's the only one we've got in Romania. We've never done this before, but there's no better person to do that. I was really delighted that you have accepted. So just from me, Shajjad, my congratulations on being our first Honorary Consular Agent and for the work that you'll be doing for Brits here in Cluj. Thank you. Thank you.
loud enough? Yes. Am I loud enough? I think my microphone second that. Thank you so much, really. Thank you, Paul. And he's been a great servant to us Brits across Romania, not just as individuals, but also to the business sector. He's a huge promoter of British business and trade with Romania, and thank you. And thank you for taking a roasting. If you weren't inside that room, as some of us were, yeah, thank you, God bless you, that's all I can say. Look, I'm not very good with speeches, as you can hear, but I would like to also just say a few words, if possible. The Honorary Consul, the role is really simple. It's really just to help Brits. There's nothing really fancy to it. When you're in trouble, hopefully, I can be there to be assistance, represent the embassy, and be there to be a help. Try not to get in trouble. Okay. But if you are going to get in trouble in any city in Romania, Cluj is the best because we have the best hospitals, and we have a fantastic police force. And I should add, we actually have a fantastic mayor's office. We have a wonderful international desk headed up by Amelia, who's going to say a few words. And just a trivia point. Did you know 326,000 people flew to London Luton from Cluj and back last year? London is the most popular destination by far from Cluj. Just to give perspective, Munich was second with 162, so we beat the Germans. Mr. Toll, the World Cup's coming, you're going to beat us in the World Cup for sure. At least we got you when it comes to passengers. So please, enjoy your evening, please network. We have some wonderful British individuals in the room, actually everyone here is wonderful. But we have some more key business people, some key educators. We have the MBA school, which I'm very proud to be part of. So if you want to make your lifelong education dreams come true, talk to the two young ladies here. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, dear guests, dear Shajjad, I really want to tell you on behalf of Mr. Mayor, Mr. Emil Bob, that congratulations. I really think that His Excellency really expressed very well that if you really did all these things and you did them so well, it's just a matter of, bringing people together and celebrate. So we want to thank the British for getting us more united. In so many wonderful ways. And we promise we can make Britain be great again. So, in one aspect, that you took a very difficult position in this time when everything was about, and discussion were about Brexit. So I really think that Cluj is a little Europe, and a Europe with Britain in it, definitely. And Shajjad is a real testimony of that. So we want to make every British citizen, every German, every Dutch, every French citizen feeling like home. And we know there are so many discussions and fears, and nobody really knows the future. The future is for us to seek for. And I remember when I met Shajjad, he was telling everybody that he was a British citizen that is, having sunglasses and being so informal.
Having a great suntan as well.
Yes. But I really think that what Shajjad brought us was a real sense of together, more things can be done. So Shajjad, our door will be always open for you. And Your Excellency, we know that in time, Britain can open a true consulate here. Why not? Having Shajjad. Well, we don't want you something more because otherwise otherwise you will have more and more emotions. But we will definitely be a family for you. Okay, I'm not the typical bureaucrat you should expect.
Amelia, thank you so much. And now that the rest of the evening is kind of what's billed as networking, which just really means eating and drinking and talking to people. Enjoy the evening and thank you so much.